Howdy! Welcome to the Whiskey Butler. I'm your host, Wesley Butler, here to serve you a little whiskey wisdom. We are in 2022, and I told you we had new and interesting things coming for you on the Whiskey Butler. I also want to thank everybody out there who might be on Facebook Live joining us right now. Welcome to this episode. We are having a whiskey and 90s music debate episode, draft, fantasy draft, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're doing tonight. And the whiskey that we're going to drink is not from the 90s because I don't make that much money. It is all whiskey that is between 90 and 99 proof. So just throwing in a little I heard the little whoop over there. Okay. So that's what we're going to do tonight. As you can see, I have friends here, some that you have seen on prior episodes, some voices you have heard on prior episode, some faces you have not. So we got Josh, the ultimate hipster here. We have Nikki, the COVID guru. We have Corey, just an all-around hustler and straight pimp, you know.
Wow.
And then,
Been upgraded.
and then we have Marin. This is her first Whiskey Butler episode, so I want everybody to be nice. Marin is an up-and-coming yoga guru in the Chicago area, recognized by even a magazine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my birthday twin, so she gets a lot of love there too. Right. So this is what we're doing. Let me explain the rules, what we have here. So back up a little bit. So a couple months ago, may have been outside around the fire pit talking. Mo Money, Mo Problems came on. I was like, man, this is a top five hip hop song from the 90s, which generated quite a bit of discussion, right? Then the discussion moved to which decade had the best music. 90s won out, although there were several cases made for the 70s, 80s, so on and so forth. And then a couple weeks ago at work, I was just needing some motivation. So I said, how about we start making a top 100 playlist from the 90s? Which, thank you to everybody out there on Facebook who actually contributed to that thread. There were lots of things, but I just want to remind everyone, even those sitting around here at the table, there are only 100 spots. Someone had to get cut, okay? So what we're going to... I heard that. So what we're going to talk about today is I have culled a top 100 list. There are no repeat artists, although you may be an artist that was in a duo or collaboration, and then you have your own solo song, and you may end up on the list. Where might you find this list you could add? Well, if you're on Facebook, you can check my Facebook feed. I just posted a link to the thing on Spotify, or on my Twitter feed, @ButlerWhiskey. You can find the link to the Spotify list there. And, of course, it'll be in the comments on this YouTube video if you're watching the YouTube video. So, we got 100 songs. We're crossing genres here because my buddy Josh here was like, well, did you get a song from every genre? Most genres. There's no jazz in the first in the top 100. So there's no jazz. There's no gospel. There's no electronica, dance, pop. You know. So sorry about that. But we got 100. Yes, you will see some names pop up a couple of times because they're in a duo collaboration, not just a solo artist. And that's how it's going to go. So we drew numbers before this started. And so that order has been determined. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, we're seating in draft order there. So we're going to do it like a fan. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. You're 1, you're 2, I'm 3. So we're not sitting in order. We're close to it, though. So, and since this is a whiskey YouTube channel, we have several whiskeys that we're going to be drinking today. The first one here is Cotton Hollow. It's a Texas straight bourbon whiskey. I chose this because many of the people here around the table grew up in Texas, not born in Texas, but grew up in Texas, many of which I met in Texas in the 90s. And so I felt like this would be a good one for us to drink. It is 93 proof, made of Texas corn, Oklahoma rye. It is actually a Kentucky company, but it's Texas straight bourbon whiskey, so it did have to age in Texas for at least 2 years. So we're going to be drinking this. And then, as an ode to my man Babyface, who made a great song in the 90s called 7 Seas. Unfortunately, it didn't make the top 100. But we also have some Jefferson Ocean here. 7 Seas, Ocean. Get it? Right? Okay. So we have some... Was that too much?
Yes.
Was that too much? Was too much? Okay. Okay. All right. Jefferson Ocean here. It's 90 proof. The thing on Jefferson Ocean is they make the Jefferson's Reserve. They put the barrels on ocean liners, 5 different continents, 40 ports before they come back and they bottle it. So based on the temperature and places that it goes around the earth, it makes it taste different. Every voyage is different. This is actually one of the original voyages before they started actually putting the voyage on the bottle. So, and if you don't like this one, guess what? We've got another Jefferson Ocean here that has a 9 in it. It's 19, right? Voyage 19. There you go. Still 90 proof. All right.
That's Billy Ocean.
That's Billy Ocean. Billy Ocean. All right. Not on the list. Not on the list. Okay. He's mostly 80s. So, those of you out there on Facebook Live, feel free to comment as we start drafting. Maybe you could help some of these people out here draft their favorite playlist. There's 5 of us. There's 100 songs. Somebody do the math.
20 songs each.
All right. Those of you on Facebook Live, you're going to be with us for the first 5 rounds, and then unfortunately we're going to have to let you go. But you can catch the rest of the draft on the episode when it's posted to the YouTube channel. So go check it out there. Are we ready? Would anybody like to pour themselves a beverage before we get started? I'm going to pour myself one. I'm going to get the Cotton Hollow here.
I'll try the Cotton Hollow.
All right. We'll go for the Cotton Hollow. Anybody else for the Cotton Hollow?
Yes, please.
Yeah, hold that a little closer so we don't. There we go. Excellent.
Do you have any bourbon related to Will Smith? Or
if Will Smith had a bourbon, it'd be on this table.
If Will Smith had a bourbon, it would be on this table. You're right.
yeah.
I'm just saying, y'all can make fun of me for my appreciation of Will Smith, but yes, I am a Will Smith fan. I am an unashamed Will Smith music and movie fan. Anybody else?
So back when CDs came out, Will Smith was one of my first CDs I ever owned.
Which CD?
He's the DJ on the rap.
Yes.
Well, so
that is acceptable.
But that was a DJ Jazzy Jeff
exactly
and Fresh Prince album, not a Will Smith album.
So it's like liking.
We can get into that later. We can get into that
yes,
later.
That is the correct era, the Fresh Prince era.
Yes. Okay. So are we ready here? Now, a few statistics about the top 100. Josh was asking about these statistics earlier. So the early 90s actually ended up dominating the top 100 list. 44 out of the 100 songs are from the early 90s. Early 90s categorized as 1990, 91, and 92. The late 90s, 97, 98, 99, came in with 30 songs. Mid 90s, 93, 94, 95, 96, 26 songs. All right, you were right, but I didn't want to tell you that before I wanted to give you your props on camera.
It wasn't as light as I thought it was. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, we good with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Oh, by the way, everyone on their draft, they get 60 seconds to name their pick, and it would just be nice for the commentary. I'm sure the folks out there would like to know why you selected said song once you select it. Okay? All right. Corey Wagner, you are on the clock. Go.
All right. So my first song is going to be Alive by Pearl Jam.
Wow, I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked that is your first pick.
What are the odds, right?
What are the odds? Corey selects Pearl Jam.
For those who don't know, it's because Pearl Jam is my favorite band, so I was naturally going to pick them.
It's a solid pick.
and it's a solid pick, too.
It was literally their first ever single they released, wasn't it?
I believe so.
I believe it was, yeah. It's a good song. It's a good song.
First video, I believe. You know, it's the first album, so a lot of firsts for that song. So
a lot of firsts. Miss Marin, you are up next.
My first pick is Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh.
Yes, I think that defines the sounds. That you have New Jack Swing, you have a little hip hop. It put Belle Biv DeVoe on the map after they left New Edition. I know Group of the 80s.
Yeah, Group of the 80s. But
But
wasn't
Wait
this
a minute.
basically their only real hit as Belle
No.
Biv DeVoe? I mean, they did have
Thought it was me.
One more.
okay, but that wasn't
me?
as okay. They had they had
Yeah.
that one.
There was a peril.
There was the other whole Carol. You, as a Will Smith fan, you should appreciate how much he rocks like their look and their apparel during the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I mean, he did. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they
When
weren't
he
great.
First started this list, he had one song that goes, "When I say 90s, what do you say?" And I said that.
Oh, yeah.
That's, when
I
we
think
say
a lot
90s,
of people, that's like in
There
their
you
top,
go.
their
All right.
top list. Yes.
So I am going to go for my first selection because I have a thing in mind.
Okay.
I have a thing in mind. I'm gonna go with California Love. What? Oh! I don't hear any comments on the. Oh, you didn't pick the Will Smith song?
No.
I don't
California.
think you have any challenges with us rushing to pick Will Smith.
California Love was so I don't know Ahmad Ajami if you're out there somewhere. There's actually the song that you chose for our basketball warm-up song actually made the top 100 too. Hard to Handle. You were a senior, I was a junior, and I was really a little pissed that you got to pick the warm-up song that year, and that's what you chose. And I was like, really? Hard to Handle? Come on now. So, which actually, as it turned out to be actually a really good song. So, good, solid choice. But when I was a senior and I got to pick the song, we picked California Love. So I remember warming up to every single basketball game to California Love in the 90s. Class of 1996, Forward Country Day, Rocket. All of you out there. Yep, totally. All right, Nikki, you're on the clock.
So for those of us who in 1996 were actually adults at that time and from California, I'm really mad you picked that. Since I was not in high school, I was graduating from college. But I'm gonna go.
Yeah, please take a Will Smith song off here. Take it from him.
I can't do it.
Take it from him.
I'm thinking Tribe Called Quest, but not because I kick it. Not because it's my favorite song, but because they are my favorite hip hop group of the 90s and of everything always. So in tribute to them, I would have picked a Word Tour, but
Sure.
they're my fave. They're my fave. I have every CD they've ever sung or anything, any iteration of anyone who has ever been affiliated with them.
Like all the Q-tips.
All the Q-tips, all the things.
I just heard a
Lucy
new rap
Pearl,
song
all of it.
that used the Q-tip vibrant thing beat in it.
Oh, really?
I actually don't know who was singing it, but I heard it on the radio and I was like, wait, they're playing Q-tip on the radio?
I mean,
No,
that was probably the best song from that album he had.
Oh, no, yeah, it was. That album was...
The album was
It had
the
great
best.
beats, but but Q-Tip's still doing his thing out there. Q-Tip did the music for, I feel like he did the music for, or helped with the music on the movie with about Cadillac Records. The movie's called Cadillac Records.
Yeah, Cadillac.
Yeah. About chess
It's a good
records.
movie.
It's called Cadillac Records. I think Q-Tip helped with the music on that
Yeah.
one. All right, Josh, we've given you more than 60 seconds to come up with your selection.
So I'm picking 5 and then
Yes, you are. You are the end of the first round and the beginning of the second round. Mm-hmm. But before you start the second round,
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all thought I was joking, but I selected the last pick in the first round. So for my first pick, I'm going with "Jump" by Criss Cross.
That is a good selection.
Y'all all laugh, but I see some sleepers later on this list, and I know that could get taken in later rounds. To lose "Jump" by Criss Cross.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so 90s was all about remixes, right? Changing the game up.
Okay.
So, moving into the second round as we begin to draft. Now, this is a fantasy draft, and I haven't heard anybody talk about... No, because we're going through another couple rounds. I haven't heard anybody talk about any trades or anything like that, but since everyone seemed to be very opinionated about, oh, this person is good for the list, but you got the wrong song, so on and so forth, everyone's going to get a chip.
Okay.
And with your chip, it costs you 1 chip if you want to change the song in the top 100 of the artist that you select. Future artists that you select, not a song that you've already picked. So everyone that's already picked their song, but as you keep going, I know there was strong opinion on songs that were selected. So that's you have a chip now that you can throw in if you choose to do so. Now, Josh, get us started with the second round.
So for the second round, staying in the same theme of jumping, I'm going to go with "Jump Around" by House of Pain.
You're going House of Pain?
All jokes aside, though, I feel like that those are fairly two rounding 90s songs that encompass everybody, because all demographics across the board were certainly jumping and jumping around.
Wearing their clothes backwards. I'm not going to lie, my mom used to hate it, but I used to try and wear my shorts backwards
Oh wow!
to be like crisscross. Yeah, I did.
I did not do that. It would have present restroom problems.
That's the first thing I thought of.
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
You would have had more problems than just the restroom.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, that too.
Okay.
All right, Nikki, you're up.
I'm going with Motown Philly by Boyz II Men. Mainly because,
Solid choice.
I would say that I think I've seen Boyz II Men in concert now, including when we went for like the 20th anniversary.
25th anniversary.
Of two.
Yeah.
But I feel, including that, I've seen them in concert like 4 times at least. And I was all in, starting from Motown Philly and forward. Including, I saw them with Babyface once. I saw them at a Budweiser Superfest, which was a nightmare, but they were there, so it was great. Yeah, so it's a good one. I'm going with them.
Budweiser Superfest with Boyz II Men. Must have been before the NASCAR days, huh?
Yeah,
I was like Boyz II Men, Jodeci,
Wow.
TLC, like before like the Waterfalls CD, the first CD, they were
Ain't Too Proud.
Yeah. So they were very loud at that point in there.
Ooh on the TLC tip. That was the album.
Ooh, on the TLC tip.
That was the album.
Concert.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was great.
All right. So I guess it falls back to me, huh? So I'm gonna go. What was big in the '90s? Little East Coast, West Coast beef, right? So my next selection, Mo Money, Mo Problems. Basically, as I said, that song was one of the ones that really started this whole '90s discussion. Is it a top 5 hip hop song from the '90s? I feel like it is. You went to a party in the '90s and this song got played, everyone started dancing. That's just how it was. It's just how it was.
Okay, fair,
So,
fair.
all right, Maren, it's on you.
Gosh. Okay. I'm actually going to change genres a bit.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to pick Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh.
Wow.
When I think, it's another song group that I think of when I think of the 90s. I was one of the black girls who was sad when Kurt Cobain died.
I mean, we were all a little sad, but there,
There could have been one. You know?
Yeah, there was one. It was me.
Probably like 4.
Yeah, and just the genius of Kurt Cobain. Also, just have a lot of high school memories to that. Like,
from the 90s?
They might be.
yeah.
During the commercial break, we'll get you a new pen.
Yeah.
You remember how you do it in the 90s? You got licked into the pen, you know? Too much typing for you nowadays?
Might just be like Taylor Swift.
All right, Corey, it's on you.
All right, my number 2 pick is going to be Mysterious Ways by U2.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
And just, I like U2, but I really like that album, Octoon Baby. So a lot of good songs off that
Saw
album.
them at Soldier Field. Great.
Lucky.
Great.
Yeah, I haven't been lucky enough to see them live, but love me some U2.
Adrian Calcagno,
Shout
if you're
out
out
to
there,
Adrian,
this
yeah,
man needs
for
to go to a U2 concert. Hook him up. All right, you're up at the beginning, round 3.
That is correct. So
You should have had it like ready to go.
Well, I
ready
am
to
going
go.
to find it on my page here. So my number 3 is going to be Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Oh.
Dang, that's another great.
Just because, again, that just elicits like the 90s for me, high school. Listening to that on the bus on the ride home from school. That's just that was a big song, big album too. An album that just had like its 20th anniversary, I think.
Oh,
It would have to been longer than
That's the
20th
black
anniversary.
album, right?
Yeah, 30th, excuse me. 30th anniversary. Yeah, from 1991.
Crazy memory for me to that song.
Stop trying to
Totally
take some years
outing
off.
myself.
Stop trying to take some years off your age.
That was my semi-final audition song for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember when the video came out and I was watching the video. My mom was like, "What are you watching?"
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Woo.
All right, Marion, you're back up.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go with "Real Love" by Mary J. Blige. I think
Okay.
that gave us the queen of hip hop soul.
Yes.
Quintessential sound and
is that,
production that was produced by then known as Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Whatever name he's going by now. I don't
Whatever
know.
name he's cashing his checks on now,
Brother
you know.
Love, P. Diddy, whatever. That was back when Mary J was with KC and Jodeci. What was that?
That basically was the reason she made the next album, My Life.
Hey, Heartbreak gives you good songs. Right? We know that. Heartbreak gives you good songs.
Yes.
Shout out, Ronnie.
No, Adele called Mary J and was like, "How do I make a hit record?" She was like, "Girl, talk about your heartbreak. Talk about your heartbreak."
Right. So, yeah.
All right. So it's back on me now, huh? It's back on me. It's back on me. So many I can go with. I'm gonna go with yeah, baby, do. Little camera malfunction. Always can fix it. Well, Josh's face is still in it, but that's okay.
That's the only thing saving this video.
All right, Nikki, you're up next.
So I'm gonna go with Hard Knock Life just because I think it's genius that he sampled Little Orphan Annie. Like that's one of the most genius samples of all time, in my opinion.
Yes.
You know, like there was a lot of 60s and 70s music sampling throughout, but like he sampled Little Orphan Annie, and half the people that listened to it probably didn't even know that. But it's amazing. And also, my mom took me to see Annie maybe like 5 times growing up. So like as soon as I heard it, I was like, "That's Little Orphan Annie."
My pen's out too.
So anyway, I'm picking that.
These pins are from the 90s too.
Not-
Josh, it's on you.
I think I'm gonna stay in my lane.
There's not another
One
song
lane-
with jumping
one lane-
on here.
I don't know if there's
Really?
another jump song.
Jumping.
Really kind of exciting jumping songs, and with Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Tub thumping. Okay, so when I hear that song, it just makes me think of college and the volleyball team. We played that song all the time.
Is that the Get Knocked Down song?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get knocked down and I'll get up again.
So there's 2 sides of the 90s. One that includes Jump Around, Jump, and Tub Thumping. The other one that includes the Cranberries, Alanis Morissette, and Nirvana. I think I'm gonna stay on the brighter side today.
You're not gonna go.
Well, you're up next,
down that
so-
road.
I know. I'm gonna maybe move it down a little darker later on, but and kind of steering away from the exciting one-hit wonders. I'm gonna go with Arrested Development in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I mean, I did not like
Tennessee.
that song.
It's a good song.
Tennessee.
I like that album. The whole album was really good.
Yes, it's amazing.
I had that CD.
A game of horseshoes. That's that song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right, Nikki.
I think I'm gonna go with Anytime by Brian McKnight because I just feel like he's like quintessential 90s R&B. And I mean,
He is.
he was a radio. I don't know if he still is, but he was like DJing the Quiet Storm for a
Yeah, he
while,
was.
so which was like the perfect thing. And one time I saw him at the mall in LA at the West Side Pavilion. I think I almost fainted because I mean he's like an attractive person. He's not, but it's just like I saw him and it was like I heard his
That
voice
is
in my
pretty
head
funny.
and I was like, oh my god,
That's pretty funny.
he's the best. So anyway, Brian McKnight. We'll go with that.
All right.
That's funny.
That was pick what? 17? Yeah. Okay. So it's back to me then, huh?
Yeah.
Nope.
So I am going to stick with I'm gonna stick with the club. And I'm gonna go with dun 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 dun. For those of you that don't know, that's "Livin' La Vida Loca" by Ricky Martin.
You also know Wes is half Latin.
It came out right then, didn't it?
I got some people, you know.
Okay.
Hey, that song was everywhere. You cannot deny that song wasn't everywhere.
I mean, I knew what it was as soon as you started doing it.
There you go. Exactly. Marion, back to you.
I'm gonna go with Nothing But a G Thing. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, the Chronic album. Shout out to my brothers. He and I had like a fight to the death over my Chronic CD.
R.I.P. your brother.
Yes. Okay. All right.
My pen's not working. I gotta go get another one. Sorry. All right, Corey. Let's end the third. What is this? The fourth? No, fourth round.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take "No Diggity" by Blackstreet.
No diggity.
Good one.
No doubt.
No doubt. Just, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Excellent.
No
All
real,
right.
No real big
No real big
Story
story behind that. It's just
great
it's a
song.
good
and
song.
It says 90s. So
You like make out to that song or anything? Or...
He's trying to get a story out of
I mean,
it.
he might have. I don't know. I mean,
Trying to get a
did
story
you?
out of here.
I don't remember doing that.
That's so 90s.
You get to pick the next one.
You get
too.
to pick the next one
I know.
too.
So you stole my teen spirit. So that was high on my list. So I had to rearrange a little bit here. So let's see. So my next one is going to be Ice Ice Baby.
Oh.
I
Vanilla
knew
Ice.
Wes was gonna pick that one.
Why would you say that?
Like, because anyone who's a fan of Will Smith in the 90s is like saying, I'm a hip hop fan. I love Vanilla Ice. Like, it's in the same genre.
Okay.
Not because it's like a favorite
And
song
everyone's
of mine or
laughing 'cause
anything.
it's
Just,
true.
again, it's a
If
big
anyone's
90s
like,
song.
I love hip hop.
It is a big
Yeah, I'm
90s
getting
song.
jiggy with it. Like, no, that's
I
not what you
cannot
said.
believe you just put Ice Ice Baby and Will Smith in the same category.
Wes's biggest critique of the history of hip hop on Netflix is there was no Will Smith.
There was no Will Smith in it. There was no Will Smith in it.
Maybe he's the DJ, I'm the rapper, because it was a commercial hit. But when you think
Who was the
of
first rap
hip-hop
duo to
music,
win a Grammy?
It was DJ.
Okay.
But that
Just
was
saying.
not Will. Okay.
I'm just saying.
It was
I'm
not
just-
getting jiggy with it.
Did they play the Super Bowl?
No. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. I'm going to change genres again. I'm going to pick I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Okay.
I think that just kind of defined soundtracks, defined karaoke for many people in the 90s.
That's bad karaoke though. Nobody's Whitney Houston. No one should ever try and sing that song at karaoke. Ever.
I'll remember that next time we're doing karaoke.
Well, you won't ever see me sign up for I Will Always Love You at karaoke.
Yes.
Oh
I just
snap!
think
Is
that
it back
was
to me?
classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is back to me. Oh, okay. Well then, how about I go with a little I've got my list here. Josh is taking a couple. Marin's taking a couple. But I'm gonna go with Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. Now that's classic 90s, okay?
It is.
That brother didn't really have another hit album after that one. He had a couple good songs on some soundtracks, you know, but I mean, seriously, when you say Montel Jordan, you think of this one song. And it's still getting played today, and people
getting paid
still
off of it, yes.
people
Still
still
getting
get
paid,
hyped
still
to that
getting
song. So I'm gonna go with This Is How We Do It, Montel Jordan.
Okay.
Y'all got something smart to say about that?
Smart
No.
choice.
I appreciate that, Corey. You might get invited back.
I was going to use my chip on Montel Jordan. But
Couldn't think of another song.
You can't think of another song.
Couldn't think of another song. All right. Pick number 24.
I'm going with You Ought to Know by Alanis
That's a good one,
Morissette
too.
because I feel like it encapsulates 90s angst amongst women. There's plenty of male bands with their angst, like the whole Seattle thing, but Alanis Morissette,
That works.
she set the bar for the women.
She did. Why did I write down here? Alanis picked that song. Nikki picked that song. Pick number 24. All right, Josh. The last selection that our Facebook Live viewers get to view is going to be your selection in the 5th round. What you got?
So I knew this was gonna sleep, and so I'm gonna kind of make a turn and go with Wonderwall by Oasis, one of the greatest 90s rock band in history.
Okay.
If I could use my chip to change artists, I would select another Oasis song.
You can use your chip.
No. I need to change an artist
not
on this
the song.
list. But I'm gonna save it for.
He'd replace Will Smith with another Oasis song.
Yeah, if I had more chips, I'd replace all of Will Smith.
Man, y'all are hating onto Will Smith big time. Big time. All right, so we'll take like a small break so everyone can refresh their beverage.
And get new pens.
And get new pens. We got to get some new pens. But thank you to everyone out there, Facebook Live land. Check out the rest of the draft on YouTube, and appreciate you watching. So we'll catch you the next time. Hopefully you left some comments, like, share, do all that great stuff that we enjoy. And for the folks out there in YouTube land, we will go ahead and start with the next round here momentarily. So hold your horses. We'll pause it there for a second. All right, we are back, fresh from a break. We're about to finish this first round, or the first segment here. You know, first 50 songs. We're up through 25. Josh just finished with pick 25. What was your last pick?
Oasis Wonderwall.
Oasis Wonderwall. All right. So start us off. Pick number 26 is going to be.
So, R.I.P. I'm gonna go with the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground.
Oh yes,
Kind of
yes.
kicking it back up into my 90s party.
Okay.
I got it. Appreciate you though. At least I thought I did. The song was big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, Nikki.
Okay,
Grab
I'm
it
gonna
and
go
run.
with "The Boy Is Mine" by Brandy and Monica.
Oh, you were adamant that this song make it on the list. Yeah,
That's
this is
It's a good one.
They did like so I have a Peloton. They did like a Brandy versus Monica ride, and it was one of my favorite rides ever because it was amazing. And they played the song, obviously. I mean, they went back and forth and they played the song, and I was very pleased. I was very pleased
The
with my
video
time.
is good too.
Yeah, the video was
Yes.
really good.
Plus, Brandy and Monica are like, again, kind of like Brian McKnight, like quintessential 90s
R&B.
90s R&B. Yeah, totally. I actually liked Monica's second album that had Angel of Mine. It also had a remake of Misty Blue on it.
It
Love
did.
that song.
My favorite Brandy album. Gosh, she had so many good ones. But I will say Full Moon.
I was just about to say Full Moon.
Like,
That song
I
is
kind
so
of liked
good.
Brandy, but then Full Moon album
Like,
came out, and I
it's
was
just
like,
like-
Brandy came with it this time.
Yes, she grew
Full
up in
Moon
that.
was a
She
good
grew up
one.
in that album, but yeah, it's good. I'm going with that.
Okay. So I'm the next pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to continue with my dance floor theme here.
Iggy Breakheart?
No.
Getting jiggy
Boot
with it.
Scootin' Boogie. Going boot scoot boogie, baby. Brooks and Dunn in the 90s. Come on now.
I'm pretty sure nobody here was trying to make that.
I know.
Top 50. So
I
you're
know.
safe.
So I'm
You're
good.
safe.
But I got a plan. And Brooks and Dunn was in my plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn was big in the. Brooks and Dunn's just big anyway, right? I mean, Brooks and Dunn.
They're classic.
I mean,
classic
43 used one of their songs in like his either inauguration or acceptance when on his re-election, and even Obama used a Brooks and Dunn song and when he accepted the nomination in 2008. So
I think white people were just happy they didn't have to learn the electric slide anymore.
There you go.
They could
I mean,
produce
basically
my
the same
mom
thing,
used to make kids at her school line dance in PE class. Okay, I mean, come on
Yeah,
now.
I learned how to square dance in PE.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
I did too. In fourth grade, we did
Boot Scoot Boogie, man. I'm telling you, Boot Scoot
all
Boogie.
sorts of different things.
Dance it up to the Boot Scoot Boogie. All right,
Me?
Mary, you're up.
Changing up the vibe yet again. Vision of Love, Mariah Carey. Again, another first song by someone who's going to go on to be a legend.
Oh my gosh.
And it's still, to me, one of her best vocal performances. That whole album was amazing. But, yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about top artist of the 90s, it's Mariah Carey.
She was like the top artist. In terms of
sure.
bestseller. Yeah.
She had a ton of hits in the 90s. I mean, the only artist that could probably compete with her in the 90s and still not win would have been Boyz II Men.
Almost, because also you have to count one of the best-selling artists of the 90s, who's not on the list, is Celine Dion.
Yes, this is true. I'm sorry, but I love Celine Dion. My heart goes on and on.
You gotta count
Yeah,
Canada, too.
Yeah. Celine Dion. I mean, yeah. No, I'll give it to you.
Everyone was
I'll give it
invited
you.
to a prom or a dance with the theme of "My Heart Will Go
sorry.
On" in the 90s.
Oh my God, what did you just say?
Some of us think
Vision of Love.
Vision of Love.
Vision of Love. Yep. Vision of Love. Okay. All right, Corey, finish this round off for us.
All right. I'm going to finish it off with Semi-Charmed Life, Third Eye Blind. Classic, and I think that whole album is like fantastic album.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I like it.
You
This
replace
is a
that
choice.
song with any song on that album, it'd still be okay.
Nobody's used your chip yet. I'm very.
Mine might be coming up.
I'm very. Well, you're the next pick. You're pick number 31.
I told you I'm using it on Will Smith.
I know. We're all going to take all the Will Smith picks for you.
All right, so so my next pick is going to be Regulate. OMG.
Regulators. All right.
I don't know anybody who won't sing that song.
What song did they sample for that song?
I know.
Yes.
I don't.
I keep forgetting by Michael McDonald.
Yes, Michael McDonald. Keep forgetting.
I saw him in concert a few years ago. He still has that voice.
Still got it?
My mom.
I saw him.
Infatuated.
I saw
with
him, and it was him and Toto for like a 30th anniversary tour, and Toto did an amazing set too. And then they came out in the end because it was Stevie Wonder's birthday, and together they did a big Stevie Wonder set. Still one of my favorite concerts I went to.
That's pretty cool.
You got a lot of favorite concerts.
I love concerts.
That sort of defeats the purpose of favorite, doesn't it?
Next
Well, you
week.
know, like what's hard is like when your first concert that you go to is Madonna's Blonde Ambition. Your level is
You
like
set the bar kind of high.
Yes, and
set
so
the
like
bar
all the
kinda high.
concerts.
Madonna
that
made the list?
Yes, she did.
Okay, I'm just.
Yes,
I'm
she
just
did.
saying. She made the list.
Remix. You can only pick artists you've seen live.
I know. Remix on that. Yeah, that would be a remix.
Yeah, that would be a remix. All right, you're up next.
I'm going to change genres again. And I'm going to look right at you as I pick this one.
Oh, really?
Summertime by TJ.
Okay. Look, it is a classic.
It is a classic.
It is
I
a
literally-
classic song.
I
Classic
do when it
summertime song.
breaks 80 degrees in Chicago, I do play that song wherever I am because
Get in the mindset.
right, get in the mindset of like it is here, it is time, and that was a very good classic song.
It's still a classic
I was
song.
in high school when that song came out, so we and I grew up by the beach, so we literally like pulled the sunroof in my car. And just, like, laughed.
Pull the sunroof in your car.
I like
You
how
know
you
what That's how old
had a
you
hand
said.
crank
Pull the
sunroof.
sunroof in my car.
The crank came out. You could just pull it out and
And then fold it back up.
yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I am gonna stick with my dance floor theme here, and I am gonna go with. You know what? Just so y'all don't try and mess with me no more, I'm gonna go ahead and pick "Getting Jiggy with It" right now.
God.
I'm gonna just
Thank
go ahead and
God.
take it off the table,
Thank
okay?
God.
Take it off the table.
Thank
We're about to
God.
get jiggy with it with pick number 33, okay?
Thank God.
There you go. There
Wes
you go.
got it.
This is that's like I feel like an NFL GM. Like, you know what? Don't nobody want this song. I'm gonna just go ahead and not use draft capital on it right now and just pick it up later.
Get it out of the way.
You could have switched it
If
to
you're
Wild
gonna
Wild
pick,
West,
if
and
you're
I
gonna
still would
pick
have
a
picked
song,
it.
if you're gonna pick a song off the album, I would have picked Miami.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's a good one too. That whole album was
How
hot.
about You Saw My Blinker Bitch?
That was off He's a DJ. I'm the rapper.
Yes.
Taking it back. I mean, if we want to take, Charlie Mack's the first one out the limo. I love that song. Charlie Mack is the first out the limo. Okay. Yes, I am that hardcore Will Smith fan. Just saying.
Clearly.
Will, give your brother a shout out if you ever end up watching this.
Someone's buying your albums.
All right, Nikki. By the way, this Jefferson
This is
unnamed
good.
ocean is actually really
This
good.
is right?
Yeah, that's the one, and that was before they started putting the voyages on the label. But man, this is hot.
So I'm gonna go with CNC Music Factory.
Make 'em sweat.
Gonna make you sweat till you bleed. Not
Because
dope
it
enough.
just makes me smile. Reminds me of being, I was either a junior or senior in high school, but I went skiing with my best friend Sarah's family, which I'm sure she will watch this. And the National Brotherhood,
What up, Sarah?
The National Brotherhood of Skiers was having
Yes.
an event.
Whoa.
I was a part of NBS. Don't hate.
No,
I don't know. He can hate.
No, but I love them.
Oh, I can hate?
I love them, not because I
Black Ski
interacted
Weekend
with
is
them or
everything.
anything, but because my little high school self every morning got to listen to hip hop music getting
Yeah.
blasted up the mountain in Park City thanks to NBS. And every morning they would start with
Yes.
CNC Music Factory.
Yes.
It's gonna make you sweat.
I get
And
it.
we were just like, I don't know what this is or who these people are, but they are making
I learned how to ski.
so much better.
I learned how to ski at an NBS summit, and ever since then, like all through college, especially when a lot of the NBS summits were up and down like Tahoe, so we could just like drive from like University over. So like even like just now, like a bunch of us like at the like we're like Black Ski Weekend next year, like we're going.
Well, I just want to give a shout out for making the soundtrack to because it was before there were no iPods. Like you couldn't.
No.
I mean, I guess
For all
if
you
wanted to
millennials
play-
that may watch this, there were no
I
iPods
guess
in
some
the
people
90s.
probably had Walkmans, but we didn't. We
Yes.
weren't that savvy. So like we basically just had there was music blaring from the bottom of the hill, and it was amazing.
Yes. And we learned how to like line dance and do the electric slide in our skis at the top of the mountain.
Line dancing and skis?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Come on now.
Because I remember the first time I went to an NBS summit was in Breckenridge, and I remember like the ski police coming to the top of the mountain, so you have to start skiing down because someone
Police.
started playing music at the top of the mountain, and people were getting off the ski lift and just like they were backing up the ski lift, and he's like, "You have to start
We gotta go.
skiing
We gotta
down."
go. We gotta go. Come on.
Party at the top.
Yeah,
Party's at the bottom.
All right, Josh. Back to you.
All right. Well, I was gonna use my chip, but I decided not to. Because I still have some really good ones on the list that don't need any changing just yet.
Just yet.
And so I'm going to make a pick that I'm surprised is already this round. I'm gonna go with D-Light, Grooves in the Heart.
Oh, man.
That's quintessential.
That is quintessential
Again,
90s.
Just trying to stick with what gets you going in the 90s.
What was that, pick 35?
Yeah.
That was such an odd video too.
It really was.
I remember when that
There was
came out. I
no-
was like,
yeah.
"What is this?"
That video is exactly the kind of video you make when you go to Six Flags and you want to make a video.
Yes.
And
They have the ability.
That's really what that was. That was the
Yes.
green screen at Six Flags when they made that video.
Everyone
That might have been the
Six
first
Flags
successful
to pay to
use
make those videos.
Of a green screen in a
Low
video
budget.
too.
Low budget. This is a low budget video that's going to be hot. They're going to be talking about this 40 years later.
So
And we still are.
I'm going to take another one off the board that I think, again, just encapsulates the 90s and getting it going is Rum Shaker by Rex and Effect.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't be in the top 100 if it didn't encapsulate the 90s, though. All of
I just want to
these
say
songs.
that I want to give a shout out to Teddy Riley, who produced a lot of the stuff, and his name is not
Yeah, but
on
who
here.
wrote Rum Shaker?
I mean,
Pharrell.
Pharrell.
Pharrell did.
Do that.
Pharrell wrote Rum
Because
Shaker.
everybody
Teddy
loves-
Riley. Teddy Riley.
You didn't watch the Netflix documentary on the hip hop evolution? Pharrell wrote
Yeah.
Rum Shaker.
In
Pharrell
high
also did
school,
the voice for
I was
SWV.
gonna say you would have had to have been
Carolina.
super
That's
young.
what I learned.
for
I
him
learned
to write
Pharrell
that.
did the voice for SWV
Oh,
and the
really?
Monday Human Racial
Yeah.
Lyrics. That's him as a teenager going SWV.
in high school in North Carolina
Yes.
with
No, Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah. Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. Yeah.
But
He and, is the guy's name Chad?
Yes.
Chad,
Yeah.
yeah.
because Teddy Riley's also Blackstreet.
Teddy Riley's Blackstreet, Guy, a
Guy
whole
also not on the list.
bunch of other things, you know.
We can stay here for a while talking about Teddy Riley.
We
Yes.
could. Teddy Riley.
Yes,
Teddy
the
Riley's
new
the
Jack
man.
Swing.
Teddy Riley's sitting on
Big Town.
he's sitting on stacks of cash.
Yes.
Teddy Riley's sitting on stacks of
Yeah, you
cash.
don't have LB Sure in here.
That was more 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll be sure it's kind of 80s.
But I will say,
He might have been
and
early
it's
90s.
close I'll have to look it up. The Bobby Brown "Don't Be Cruel" album, which I will fight
It's
anyone in the
88.
street
It's
and
88.
say that was.
It was 88. It was 88 or 89, but it was 80s.
Because I will tell you
I
that
did
that
look
is
it
a
up.
classic album.
I did
and I'll
look it
fight
up. It's
anyone
already
in the
been checked.
street.
It's already been checked. It's already
That
been
was a great
checked. It's already been
album.
checked. It's already been
And
checked.
that was Teddy
Are you
Riley,
gonna fact check me again? Like live while we sitting here?
Live
It's
fact
your pick. You gonna
I
fact
would
check while it's
believe
your
that
pick?
because I do remember watching Video Soul for the My Prerogative album. I think I was in 5th grade.
Because remember, he was the first one that was
solo.
kicked out of New Edition.
He wasn't the
Let
first solo.
go.
He wasn't the first solo artist, but he was the first one kicked out. The first solo artist was Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill was a solo artist before
Before he joined,
New Edition.
yeah. Well, they had to kick Bobby out to get
Yes.
Johnny.
And as my dad will say, Johnny Gill was the only one of them who could really sing.
Rob Tresvant could sing. Rob was the one that.
lies that you tell
This is why we're just
yourself.
sound
I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's
But
yours.
I think, okay, so Al B. Shure's first album was the 80s, but everything else was the 90s. But he was married to Kim Porter, and I'm wondering, is that
Yes.
the same Kim Porter?
Yes,
that
Kim
Papa-
Porter is queen of Make Your Uterus Work For You.
Okay.
She like.
Did we cross over for
I'm sorry.
Did we cross over?
That's
One
a
year,
that's a
by the
club.
way.
Yes, that is a club. Oh, you haven't hung out with me long enough. I can tell you about the members.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Very good.
R.I.P. Kim Porter.
Would
But
you-
no one will fight me on
Where
this,
has this
right?
episode gone? Oh my
It's
god.
gone off
Is it
the
my
rails.
turn?
It's your turn.
It's
Yes.
still your turn.
Sorry.
No.
This is why podcasts have producers.
I'm going to go with Shoop.
You're gonna go with Shoop, Salt and Pepper. Okay.
I only allow this song because it was their song of the 90s, because this
Yes.
is not Salt and Pepper.
Yes,
Quintessential.
but I lived in the dorms when this song came out, and I just remember having dance parties to this album, like in my pajamas with my friends, drinking wine coolers.
Shooping.
For you millennials and Gen Z out there,
Shooping.
wine coolers are the predecessors.
Wine coolers are the predecessors
White
to
Claw.
Truly's.
Going on.
To Truly's and White Claw. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Okay.
Okay, so it's back to
Back
me.
to you.
It's back to me. It's back to me.
Zima?
Yeah, Zima, the wine coolers. Barnes and James.
Zima was the white
So
guy.
I am going to stick with my in the club dance routine. Ooh. I got a couple, but this is a shout out to Candace Jessup, now Candace Grover. We gonna go with Juvenile. Back that ass up.
Okay.
That's a shout out to Candace and your former best friend Melissa. Y'all used to dance to this together. Back that ass up in the club. Yep. I think from those New Orleans rap guys that went solo from Cash Money. I mean, I feel like this song was hot. This song was everywhere. Everybody was backing that ass up, even if they didn't have any ass.
What
Okay.
if their kids are watching this?
I'm sorry. What?
What if their kids are watching this?
They're not.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't.
They're not.
They
They're
might
not.
be watching on the the recast.
Wait, you don't broadcast on YouTube, kids?
No. You have to do the pin. You have to select whether this is suitable for children or not, and
Yeah.
I always say no.
Monitor your children.
Oh, it's back to me, huh?
Yeah, it is back to you.
Okay, because of 90s memories, again, shaking it up a little bit, I'm going to go with Losing My Religion by R.E.M. Hashtag Team Brenda for 90210. I remember this song being played when Brenda and Dylan broke up, and I was always Team Brenda. Yes.
Team Brenda.
Yes, always
Okay.
Team Brenda.
I never watched 90210. I mean, I know the
You
show.
lived 90210.
And I've seen. No, I did not. I went
Okay,
to,
Country Day. Okay, Country Day.
Really? We want to talk about where you went to school?
Yes. Bring it. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna talk about that right now. Okay. Just saying, I didn't live 90210. I might have gone to school with
Tune in for
90210.
the After Dark episode.
I know.
The behind
After
the
dark.
behind the scenes.
Oh,
Yeah, not After Dark. That's something else.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Also, you might have to explain that to your kids now too.
Yes.
Is it my turn? I think it's my
Yes,
turn.
it's your turn.
It is your turn.
All right, so I'm going to use my first and only chip, but I'm going to use the first chip.
You're gonna use the first
Okay.
chip. First
All
chip.
right.
Whoa!
Cashing it in.
First chip being cashed in.
Okay.
What are you cashing in for?
It's going to be for Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay.
What?
Which
Okay.
song?
Who do you? What are you
I'm
trading
changing
in
it to Hold My Hand.
Yes.
Okay.
I approve of that change. Approve of that change.
I thought that was a much bigger hit, and I think that's literally the song that might maybe put them on the map.
It was.
So
Because it was like
I think,
overplayed.
yeah, it was very overplayed, but it was a good song.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
So,
It's a good song.
I
It's a
think
good song.
that
Clark
is
West
a classic
went
90s.
to go see Darius Rucker last summer at Wolf Trap.
I heard it was
Great.
good.
It was
Yeah,
good. It was excellent. I mean, shout out to Darius Rucker, okay? But he did his solo stuff, his solo country stuff. He did Hootie and the Blowfish stuff. Then he just covered a bunch of random things. He covered No Diggity, and then he also covered Family Tradition, Hank Williams Jr. It was like, okay, that's
a wide range.
That's a
there.
very wide range there. Okay, yeah. It was a good concert though.
I'm not into more of his country stuff, but I will say his Wagon Wheel was a good song, but of course a remake of it.
Interesting fact about
Ultra
Darius
medicine
Rucker is
shit,
that
but-
he's been listening to country since he was a child.
Yes.
Yeah, and he just never.
Hated it.
His mom hated it. Yes. Shout out to the Smartless podcast with Darius Rucker and all the guys on the Smartless podcast.
Anybody else?
Jason Bateman, and
I love
Sean
yeah, the guy
Hayes.
from he's from Will. Yes,
Will Arnett.
yeah,
Thank you,
totally.
guys.
So pro tip, before you shout out a podcast, you should learn the hosts of the podcast.
Well, I knew you were here. You were going to help me out with that, so that's fine. That's fine.
But
I
I
just
also-
said Smartless podcast. People can just
I also
Google
feel
Smartless
that
podcast.
would be a mistake made on the Smartless podcast as well.
Yeah, that's true. Good play into that.
Thanks for helping me out on that one. Okay.
Back
who's-
to me?
My turn again.
Oh,
so I
your
get
turn
to go
again.
Oh yeah.
again.
You
Don't try
cashed
to
in your
steal
chip.
my
Okay.
turn.
Yeah.
No. Let's see.
By the way, we have 2 more rounds in this segment, so we got 10 more songs to go. Everyone should have.
I think we're on pick 9.
No.
I'm starting pick 9.
Yeah. Everyone should
Yeah,
have 10 songs
7,
by
8.
then. Everyone should have
Yeah.
10 songs.
Okay.
Whew, my math. A little whiskey. A lot of whiskey.
All right, so my number 9 pick is switch a little genres and go with Gangsta's Paradise.
Good one too. That's very 90s.
That is very,
Very
90s.
90s.
Very 90s.
That video was a hit, as well as of course,
Yes, it-
Michelle Pfeiffer and whatnot.
Yes.
Leave it at that.
Just leave it with that.
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer in a leather jacket.
Michelle Pfeiffer in a
jeans.
leather jacket. Tight jeans. before
Feet
they
up
were
on the
popular.
desk.
Feet up on the
She was in
desk.
the
Feet up
video
on the
too.
desk.
Yeah, she was in the video.
She was in the video.
She
That's
She made backwards chair setting hot.
an LV in the corner with that smoke blowing, singing the hook, you know? Come on now.
Saying the hook in the shade.
Okay, so for mine, another shout out to my brother, another CD we fought to the death over, the Fugees, Ready or Not, from the
There it
Score
is.
album.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Yes.
Oh, nobody was gonna hit me with a gonna find you? Okay, I see how it is. Y'all just gonna leave me out there. I got you.
Leave you hanging.
Just gonna leave me hanging. What is that, 42?
It's your turn.
All right. Is that 90s?
No. Well, the movie is, but
That's what I'm
genre
saying.
is 70s. But,
The
yeah.
movie was, okay. Okay, so.
That's how I get your half right.
What we gonna do here
I don't have
is
that one.
think about where we going. We got a little country. We got a little.
There's not a lot of people think about
I'm gonna go with a one-hit wonder.
Big Willie Cyrus.
Garth Brooks.
Blink-182.
Garth Brooks is not a one-hit
Return
wonder.
of the Map.
The guy who sang this song.
Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac.
That's going to be on my next round.
That's a good one.
Here's one other chip.
What other Mark Morrison song were you gonna cash it in for?
No, his gospel album.
His gospel album.
Oh my goodness. No, I don't. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and say no, I don't know his gospel album. All right, Nikki.
I'm gonna go with Vogue from Madonna.
I was gonna try and pick that one up on the next go round.
I
That's a good
think
one.
her best music was in the 80s, but I think, I think Vogue and Like a Prayer were her best 90s songs. Because I'm
Well,
all
Like a
in-
Prayer, I think it was 89, wasn't it?
Okay, well, but I'm all
But
in
Vogue is
for
good.
any whenever you bring a gospel choir into any type of music, I'm in. Like Justin Timberlake has a song with a gospel choir that's like was never a single, like, but it's my favorite Justin Timberlake. I'm just in for a choir. So
I feel like Madonna though, as an artist, Madonna transformed herself in multiple decades.
Yeah.
Like she changed from the 80s Madonna to early 90s Madonna, and then she ended it with Ray of Light, you know?
Ray of Light was great.
And then she had, when we got to the aughts, she had another album that came out. Like I feel like Madonna was an artist
Up
that
was a hot song, yeah.
She went very like dance music.
Yeah,
for like
to, like
2 or 3 albums in a row.
Yeah.
So I saw her here like maybe like 2013, and you know she's like, I don't know, late 40s, early 50s at the point. And all of her dancers are like 20, and she is still
hanging
all
out with
the
them.
things they're doing
Yeah.
and singing. Like she wasn't lip syncing.
Right, totally.
Yeah, I've seen her like 4 or 5 times on all of her shows. And she's up there with people that I've seen who are like Prince, who have such a huge like collection of songs that you can see them every single time, and they can do a different song and a different show literally every single time. Because I've seen Prince twice in the same weekend, and he did 2 completely different shows, with completely different sets.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah. Not all of us can say that. All right, Josh.
I've never seen Prince.
I saw Prince live once. Happy. I saw.
I remember we went to the Silver Spring and saw the Prince.
The fake Prince?
The fake Prince.
The Prince impersonator.
He was pretty good.
He was pretty good. He was pretty good.
His chaps.
Yeah.
He did. He did have the assless chaps.
And he was like 5'2".
He was tiny.
He was
Well,
tiny.
I mean,
Prince is.
He was a wee man. He was a wee man.
Prince was tiny. Prince was tiny. Okay.
Prince is a tiny man.
All right, Josh.
So I am going to use my chip.
Cashing in another chip.
For No Doubt, and instead of Don't Speak, I'm going to go with Sunday Morning.
That's a good one.
From their second album, technically, because their first album was their first album was not their first hit. So, but yeah, Sunday Morning from their second album.
Was the second album in the 90s?
They're both the first album was in the 90s, and the second album was in the 90s. But the second album was the one that hit.
Okay, you sure?
Before they got all crazy, and yes, they do. They have an earlier album that was not well covered.
Self-titled album, right? Or was
back
it?
when Gwen had brown hair.
Yeah. both their first 3 albums were when they were.
I'll just go ahead and take that off your hands right there. Okay. Trade that chip in. All right, you start us on.
All right.
Start us on the last
10.
Last 5 selections in this first. We'll call it first segment.
And so I'm going to stay in the female lead category and go with Zombie by the Cranberries. Not my top Cranberries song. I almost used my chip on that for Dream, but I felt like nobody could select No Doubt as Don't Speak. Like that's not even their top 25 best songs.
I mean that's one
of their hits.
That's one man's opinion.
But it's not.
Yeah. They have a lot of hits.
All right, Nikki.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna use my.
Nikki's using her chip.
The round for
She's
chips.
using it as round for chips.
For Blues Traveler, I'm gonna say Run Around.
Run Around.
Oh,
Yes.
Run Around for Blues Traveler. Okay.
Agree. Although Hook was good, but Blues Traveler. You say Blues Traveler.
Run Around the video was also classic. What's her name from?
What's her name? What's her name from? I mean, how's that supposed to help us out?
The actress's name. She was the daughter from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Yeah.
Which one? There were 2 daughters.
Ash or
Hillary.
Hillary.
Yeah, right.
Karen Parsons.
Yes.
And then it was this whole Wizard of Oz theme.
I don't even remember the
No
video.
one
I
knows
just
the video.
feel like that song is more.
Whenever I think Blues Traveler, I think of being in pool halls with Chris Smith and Cornell Woolridge and beating both of their asses. And every time I felt like I was in that zone, I would go over to the jukebox, put on Blues Traveler.
Because you're giving them the runaround?
Yeah, I was.
On the pool table.
On the pool table.
That sounds questionable. That sounds questionable.
That's a very specific memory.
Came in quick on that.
You want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see the Jefferson Ocean getting a lot of getting a lot of run.
Oh, that's got
Ooh, that's
heavy
a
caramel.
Heavy pour there. Heavy pour.
Should have poured more on that.
She's my
That's a
kind
good
of
one.
girl. I always get commented on by these two that I
your
give
pours.
heavy
Oh, yeah.
pours. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, can I get a taste? And I'm like, that's not a taste.
You have to come hang with me in Chicago. I can tell
You know, some people were like, oh,
bars.
can you give me 2 finger? Can you give me 2 finger? Nikki's like, can you just give me the whole hand? Like, okay. So it's back to me?
Yes.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna end my first round. I feel like I got a really good party going on right now, and I'm gonna end my. Man, how do I want to end my first round? Since we've done a couple of RIPs, I'm gonna end my first round with a RIP, and I'm gonna go with Party Up DMX.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Party Up DMX.
that was the other one that I was maybe gonna use.
Yeah, use your chip on this.
That's
That's
the
next
stop
song.
drop.
Yeah.
The Rough Riders anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I got a dance theme going up here, and Party Up fits with my dance theme.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
I didn't use it. I'm just saying it was a consideration.
I was gonna.
Oh, it's back to me, huh?
It is back to you. Oh,
I have 60 seconds, right?
60 seconds.
To think of what's
I don't think anybody's used the full 60
quintessential
seconds.
I don't think
90s.
anybody's full
Here's
90s.
another quintessential 90s.
They're all quintessential 90s. They're all quintessential 90s.
Like,
Oh, that could
you know
be
what it was
debated.
almost, and I have to go with Under the Bridge. Red Hot.
Damn it!
Yes.
Okay, Under the Bridge was the first
So good.
rock song that I actually really, really, really liked. I mean,
I love that.
I have to give a shout out to Red Hot Chili Peppers on
That's a
that one.
great
Like that,
song.
it's an amazing song.
That
The whole
whole
album was
amazing.
good. The whole
It
album
should
was
be
good.
six,
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
I remember like watching that video over and over
Were
again
they?
on MTV.
So, wow.
They were so good.
Behind the music.
Remember Behind the Music on VH1?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Shout out to
that,
Behind the Music.
that album I
We
think
didn't
was
get
the
cable.
first Behind the Music because they talked about them going to this like mansion and living together.
I'll give you cable now.
I'll give you some
I had
shipping
cable now.
passwords.
My
but
grandmother
Was that
had
maybe
cable,
the
but
first
I was
album that
only there
really
in the
kind of
summer.
blew them up to? I mean, the
Yeah,
album
they had
before
an
that,
album
maybe a
before,
little bit. What was that?
but
What's
yeah, that was
Up?
the one that they like.
But I feel that one's like really
They
Under
have
the
a very
Bridge.
similar
Basically, really
origin
blew them
story
up
to the
too.
Beastie Boys, where they like had a blow up album and then they had to like reset.
Okay, in 10 seconds, can you sing the first line of the song?
Of which song?
Of
Under the Bridge.
Sometimes
I
I
feel
There you
feel
go.
like
Alright,
I
just
don't have a partner.
Sometimes I feel
Clown
like
question.
That's a clown question, bro.
only friend is the city I live in.
City of angels, lonely as I am. Together we
Yes, and Flea is like a crazy Laker fan too. He has like courtside seats.
Andy
Probably not this season.
Well, but I mean,
Claim your team. Claim your team. Claim your team.
No, I claim my team, but
That,
if I had
that
season
documentary is
tickets,
gonna be hot.
I mean, I'm going to the game when they come here in
The
DC.
HBO
but-
documentary starts on Sunday and apparently has a lot of people pissed off, and it's gonna be amazing.
But you know what? It's based on a book written by Jeff Pearlman, who is an author I really like.
But
So-
whenever people are pissed off, it's because it's the truth.
well, for real. I mean, because there are a lot of people that he interviewed in that book, but there are a lot of people that would not sit for an interview for that book for good reason, right? They don't want to go on record admitting to something that they can still like plausibly deny.
Shout out to my dad. I learned about basketball by sitting in my dad. My dad had a chair and he would watch all the Lakers like Showtime, and I would sit next to him and he taught me the game because he loved Showtime.
I mean, look, the Showtime Lakers are the reason. You know, I mean, one of the reasons that the NBA survived in the '80s. You know,
It's
Larry Bird.
It's by Adam McKay, so it's gonna be funny. So,
Oh yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
funny
good
too.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's got John C. Reilly, so.
Yeah.
yes, I'm so ready for that. That's
yes.
what I'll be doing.
Well, I
Sunday night.
like text him like, so we're watching because
Yes. When I saw
Just so we're
like
clear,
how
we're
mad
watching.
people were over it, I was like, oh yeah, hands down. I'm
because
watching
we
this.
are both Laker fans. Plus, we like there are some shows we watch together, but we have a lot of differing opinions on what shows to watch. But I'm like, this show we will want to watch together.
Yeah, I mean, plus I read the book, so
Yeah.
this is probably the first one of the books that I've actually read before I watched the
Oh, you
show.
read?
and
They
the
asked you
movie.
to read a couple?
Another
Yes.
excellent Smartless interview
Warm
with
over
Adam
here.
McKay, and he talks about making this show. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
I know. See, I heard that. She gonna try to hate on my school.
I don't think she was trying to hide it.
She's not trying to hide it, okay?
I have
We
no
gonna
shame.
talk about Oak Ridge
I
later,
have no
okay?
shame.
She kind of leaned into the microphone to make sure it picked it up.
We gonna talk about Oak Ridge later, okay? How we used to wax them in basketball.
In the 90s?
In the 90s,
Oh,
okay.
representative.
While you were sitting over there sad with your pom poms, like, why do they have to come beat our
Wesley,
ass?
no, Wesley used to bully me from the court. He used to run down the court yelling things at me.
I'm just saying, you gonna
They
talk.
were like, is he talking to you?
Yes, exactly.
If you
got
gonna
it.
talk
She's like, put me in, coach, put me in. One foul. I just want one foul.
Pay attention. Post up. Do your job.
If
Why
you
do pay
gonna
attention
talk
to me?
trash from the
Oh my
sideline, you
gosh.
need to be ready for it to come back at you, okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're lucky you weren't doing that now. You get canceled.
Right? Bullying a cheerleader for the other team on the sidelines while he's running down the court. Focus on posting.
Yeah,
okay.
Focus on
You'd
posting.
be on ESPN for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Didn't have to necessarily focus on posting up against those Oak Ridge.
Oh, see, now he's got jokes.
Throwing fire.
I'm just saying. All right, you the last pick. You the last
I
pick.
know, and look, she literally took my pick, number 10, Under
sorry.
the Bridge. Yeah. Right.
Faith Hill's still available.
I know, I was going to cross
Achy
it
Break-
off.
Ice Ice Baby's still
Achy
available.
Break Your Heart is still
The
available.
hip hop classic of
Ice Ice Baby is gone.
Oh, you took
took
it?
it.
That's right. You did take
picked
it. That's right. You did take Ice Ice Baby.
All right, so, well...
Lone
so-
Star Amazed
I'm
is
taking that. I've actually got that X'd out to make sure I don't pick it.
It's an amazing song, by the way.
All right, so since we were talking about Under the Bridge, an amazing video, we're gonna go with a very popular '90s video that blew up the scene with "Everything I Do, I Do It."
That is a great song.
That is a great
Brian
song.
Adams.
Brian Adams.
I love.
Put his
So
foot
I
in
front
saw
of the
Put his
Brian
foot into
Adams.
that song,
Oh,
okay?
I saw Brian Adams in concert, Chicago Theater. Incredible artist.
I mean,
I saw him at the Del Mar Fair.
So we're rolling a little bit. A little bit.
No, this was
I saw him at
on
Tim
its way
Hortons.
before.
You saw what?
Okay.
Tim Hortons.
No,
I don't think that counts.
I probably saw him on his way up.
Wait a minute, where-
Like, I saw him
where-
when
where
he was
is
young, very young.
it's
At the top.
Brian Adams.
Oh,
First
everything.
starts in
It's got the.
Because
It
it's
starts
a-
in parentheses. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
parenthetical.
One of the
if
first
you're before.
parenthesis songs that was selected
First
tonight.
only.
All right. So Brian Adams, classic. What movie?
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're all on the same
Yeah.
page here.
Asking us to sing Under the Bridge, what movie it was, do some research.
You think we are not Gen X?
I'm just saying we're straight up Gen X here. So
Well, for people out there who might only think Kevin Costner is in Yellowstone.
this is true. There is a movie with Kevin Costner called Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It also has Morgan Freeman. Okay.
Where for some reason Kevin Costner had a mullet as Robin
He
Hood.
did.
Yeah.
He
I'm
did.
not sure why that
He
was.
did.
We're going.
I don't know either. But anyway, check it out. It's a great movie. But I want to thank you for watching this first 10 rounds as we select classic songs from the 90s. We're going to finish it up by selecting the next 10 songs from the 90s, but that'll be in the next segment. For those of you who may not want to watch that segment, I appreciate you watching this one. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it, so on and so forth.
Cher doesn't have any songs on here. Now that I'm speaking about
Cher.
No, speaking of Cher.
God, this guy's got me off this. For those of you that want to catch the next 10 songs that everybody picks, check out part 2, which will also be posted on YouTube, that we're going to film right after we finish this one. So thank you for watching, and good night.
Cher does not have any songs on here.
All right, next break.
Wes doesn't believe in life after love.
Ha!